Welcome to Family Gamer TV. We're here at E3 getting a look at Skylanders Imaginators, and we've got Lou here. Hi, Lou.
Hey, Andy, how's it going?
So, associate producer, is that right on the game?
That is correct, on all things Skylanders.
And so you're going to take us through what hasn't been seen before. So we've got a level that's familiar, but we're going to be looking at bits of it that haven't been seen. And we've got all these lovely new characters and creation crystals. So I'll hand it over to you.
Sure. Let's go and use an undead creation crystal, which we haven't seen before, and create a brawler, which is another new battle class that we haven't shown off before. Oh, on a character that I've already created.
So this is the character that's in the crystal we've got here.
Yes, I actually created this for a previous demo. I forgot.
And he's cute.
But you can see
I like his hat.
You like my undead knight? I forgot I had a character. So let's go ahead and do it with. Let's see if I have a free crystal here. Let's try. Yeah, let's go with this one here. This is what happens when I make so many characters. Yep, here we go.
So you can make it. I was saying earlier, you can make a brawler with any of the crystals, which is quite nice. You're not restricted. So this will always create a live character, but it could be any of the any of the sort of battle classes.
Yeah, so we've got 10 different elements, 10 different battle classes, so it's 100 different basic combinations. And so you'll see here we've got our different battle classes. We've got Smasher, Knight, Ninja, Bazooker, Quick Shot, Sorcerer, Brawler, which is what we're going to go with, Sentinel, Swashbuckler, and Bowslinger. So we're going to go, let's go ahead and create a Brawler.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to see all the classes as well. I think when I was looking at Reveal, we didn't see all the classes, so it's got a full set now.
Yeah, so full set of 10 classes, which kind of correspond to different types of play, right? So it's different melee characters and different range characters. And so here we've got a Brawler. And so this is where you start when creating a character. At the creator, top level, you'll see it's separated by body, gear, color, powers, personality, and the vault. And so body, you'll see part, size, and aura. And so all the different parts that you can equip in your body. So let's start with the head. And so scream if anything.
There's so many of these, it's amazing.
Yeah, so we've got a ton of characters, some of which come from similar families of returning favorites. Some we just tossed in there because we want to see what would happen if people were given those powers. And then some completely brand new, a lot of them really unique, really strange and fun, but wanted to make sure we were hitting all of the facets of what make a great Skylander. And so I think I'm going to go Turtle Head right now. This is my objective for all of E3, is to not create the same character twice, because there are so many possibilities in the game that you could keep going. You can even see we can choose different eye shapes, which is crazy. Let's see. I kind of like the, I don't know, the bug eyes for a turtle. Kind of weird.
I thought that was a golf ball.
Yeah, there you go.
Golf ball.
That works perfectly, yeah. And then ears, you can see we've got a lot unlocked already, but there's even more to find and collect as you play through the game.
So as you're selecting these, is this affecting the stats of our character?
No. So in the body level of creator, it's all appearance-based, and we wanted to do that where it didn't tie into the stats so that there's no perfect-looking Skylander. What does affect the stats, though, is the gear that you'd then put on top of it. And so we did that, once again, so it's not a perfect Skylander. There's one, ultimate character. We wanted you to make what you wanted or what you imagined would be cool, and then you can put additional gear on top of it to play with the stats if that's the type of character that you want to create, something that, focuses on a specific type of stat. So add some legs. I've got these elephant feet. I always like the robot legs.
That's nice.
Yeah, a robotic tentacle-armed turtle. I think that's good. Then I could add a tail if I'd like.
Yeah, let's get a tail. Go on.
Get a tail?
Yeah, I want tails.
All right, you got tails. Let's go. Yeah, tentacle tail. That fits.
That works.
Yeah, works. And so from here, we can then go into size. And so this is where you can change the height. So
make him really tiny. I want him to be absolutely mini.
Let's make the smallest character we can.
He's tiny.
Really tiny. Even have a tail width slider, which is ridiculous. Actually, let's go thick-tailed there. And then, there we go. Just for you, Andy. The tiniest Skylander. And then aura is where you'll add an additional level of visual effects to your character, like a glow or some additional glow bugs or a stink cloud, or even a piece of something that looks like your element. And so I'm playing as a life character, so I could have a cloud of kind of leaves flying around me. But I'll stick with that. And then, so that was all appearance-based. And so then to your question, we have gear. And so this is where you'll find weapons, headgear, things like that all change up the stats. And so hopping into headgear, you can see we can give them a brain helmet, which gives them plus 50 luck. We have all sorts of different things here. Let's see what we want to go with. I kind of like that brain helmet. Looked pretty good. Bright Ideas hat. And then we've got shoulder pieces. So you'll see different flavors here. Even something that looks like a chompy. Arm guards. You can have pizza, which is pretty fun. I like the fish hook one.
So as we're doing this, you can see the stats are changing around. It's giving us the totals on the top left.
Exactly. So it shows you in the lower corner what you're looking at, and then you'll also even see if we're switching it, you'll see how it changes based on what new pieces. So you'll see by switching over to the skelemental gauntlets, it'll give me additional attack, but it'll take down my speed. And so that helps you know what you're focusing on. You know, am I looking at making a fast character, a strong character, a lucky character, or a well-armored character? And so even chocolate we can add.
Does chocolate help?
The chocolate helps. Look at that. Makes you faster. You're all
makes my kids go crazy too.
Yeah, exactly. And then backpacks, which are really fun. They can add, say, skeleton spines. You can add wings, butterfly, dragonfly wings. Once again, a piece of candy, upping that speed again. Acorn. So I think I'm going all weird turtle and tentacle, so I'll go with these. And then you'll see how everything was adhering to a color theme, and we do that so that it's quickly coming together in a cohesive way. And so it allows you to see through all these different parts and how they come together into a single character. But if you want to do, you can see this is what it would look like if we didn't add any color theming.
Oh, so those are the sort of default colors.
Exactly.
So it's just
those are the
bit
default
crazy.
colors, yeah, to your character, which you could go back to if you want. But you can also find that quick, cohesive match that feels right for your character. And we do this by element, so you'll see we're playing as a life character. So these are all in the green, brown, yellows type of color scheme. But then you can go further and do solid colors if you'd like, which we do to really quickly and cohesively come up with a color scheme for your character. And then eyes we keep separate because, as my loving joke goes, you know, they are the window to the soul. So we have to make sure that they get their own special
eyes are special, yeah.
Yeah. But you can go in and you can go into advanced. You can go in even further and then customize it individually based on...
You could spend hours here.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, honestly, what we wanted to do was find the right balance of depth for each type of user. And so the way that we've done that is by kind of automating a lot at the surface level, but allowing you to, say, override it as a kind of a power user to go in and individually tweak every aspect to your character. And then from there, we can go into powers. And so weapon powers, I can be more of a boxer or a bruiser. It's a boxer, very quick punches. Bruiser is more heavy blows. Mm-hmm. So you have a preference?
Bruiser. Yeah, let's get bruiser.
Bruiser, all right. And then elemental powers, you have 4 to eventually get. You start with 2, and then you get the additional ones by leveling your character up. And so we've got Vine Bloom, which creates exploding vines, or the ability to go really stealthy by turning into a sheep and then surprising your enemies as you unsheep.
I want to sheep and unsheep.
You want to sheep and unsheep? And then Secret Technique, we've already got one unlocked here, which is the dashing uppercut. And then a soul gem, which you can find while playing the game. And then the personalities, where you can go to give your character a voice. And so you can create your own catchphrase by mixing and matching these combinations. And so I can do, you know, I summon... Let's come up with something good here. I want to see... Ooh, I summon hugs. That is a really imposing catchphrase for our character. And there are different voice archetypes to choose from. And so we've got things like a ghoul, which is a more spooky voice. We've got hero and heroic. We've got angelic. We've got scientist. We've got soldier, regal. We've got beeps and bops. And then we've got this giant voice, which sounds, you know, big, gruff, and kind of dumb. But I like doing is going with giant, but then going to the effects and making it really a tiny giant.
Well, and he is a tiny character,
tiny,
isn't he?
Tiny character, but you know he's got the Napoleonic complex. He really thinks that he can take on the world, so I think this is a perfect fit for our character. And then music and sound is where you'll be able to choose a sound theme or a music theme for your character, which will play during the adventure if you want it. And then the sound themes are additional levels of sound effects that you can add to your character to make, you know, their attacks come off sounding cartoony or magical, or there's additional ones that you'll find as you play through the game. And then you'll be able to name your character as well. And so the Imaginite Vault is where you will unlock additional treasure chests that you've discovered and haven't opened. And then play is where we'll go.
Here we go.
Yeah. So we've got our Life Imaginite Brawler here. And so we've got some vultures that we can try and check out.
We've got his picture in the corner.
Yes, exactly. So one of the things that we wanted to do is make sure that as you make changes to your character, it's reflected in the game's UI. And so you'll see the picture of your character updated as you make changes to him. And so you can see we've got the tiniest bruiser that ever was. He's all about these kind of heavy hammer throws, which goes very well when playing as a tiny character. Oddly enough. Let's see if we can get that uppercut in there. Oh yeah, that's a good one. The dashing uppercut. These guys are heavy hitters. So
this is a bit further on than we saw it with you, I think, in this level.
That's correct,
on this big pirate ship.
Exactly. So this is a level kind of tied into Jetvac's past. So Jetvac is of the Sky Baron kind of race, and this is a Sky Baron battleship hangar that has been overrun by evil vultures. And so it's up to us to try and clear out the vultures, and we're attempting to steal a battleship so that we can take on one of Chaos's Doomlanders.
As you mentioned Jetvac there, so the sort of classic Skylanders are back as storytellers rather than playable characters, is that right?
Exactly. So all of our characters this year are brand new, except for some returning fan favorite villains who've been given figures and new abilities and been rehabilitated as senseis for the first time
like
ever.
Wolfgang here.
Like Wolfgang there, exactly. But our classic Skylanders we brought in as storytellers, and so Jetvac really is your main storyteller here in this level. But in another level we showed we had a Ruptor and Stealth Elf joining along as well. And so we just got the notice that senseis are stronger here, so I figure I'll bring in a character we haven't really shown and show him off if you'd like.
Sounds good. Who have we got here?
So this is Ambush. And Ambush is a life knight. And so you'll see he's got the life base, but then he also has that sword symbol showing that he is a sensei of the knight battle class.
That's down the bottom here.
That's correct. And so you'll see we get a training bonus, which ups the level cap to our Imaginators by bringing in this character.
So each time you place a different sensei on the portal, you get a boost to that level cap?
Correct.
So you could just borrow your friends and pop them on as a nice way to save some money?
Yeah. Potentially. Yeah. We're still figuring out the level cap that we want to go with. Because, you know, all the tuning and fine-tuning of the characters is still ongoing. But right now it goes incrementally as you add additional characters.
And there's, you were saying earlier, there's 31 senseis.
That's correct.
So that potentially would go up quite high.
Potentially, yeah. So that's why we're still looking at it there. And then you also see that he unlocks a secret technique for the Knight class. And so in addition to giving something to all Imaginators, they give something specific to an Imaginator of the same battle class. And so this is Ambush here. So you can see he's got his really cool leaf sword. He has the ability to do a bamboo dash.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then he can also summon a ring of bamboo as well. Let's see if I can not fail this jump on video. There we go. I'm always nervous when you're filming.
Yeah, pressure's on.
Yeah, it's terrible.
No one's watching anyway, so don't worry.
And then you can see he also summons a field of bamboo as well. And so this is really early upgrades. But as you continue with this guy, you can have giant bamboo staffs that you can bring in. You can make that field of bamboo really big and shoot it out across all sorts of enemies. And then let's see if I'll make this. Alright, so we've got a vulture berserker here to take on. And then we've got that crazy big vulture over there. Let's see if I can...
Well, he is big.
Yeah, he's big. Most of the time they have a tiny vulture rider on top of them as well, but he's already lost his, which makes him even more dangerous because he'll charge at you. And so there's different levels of enemies. And what's great is that level by level, you know, in our story we have different enemy types. And so since this is a level taken over by vultures, you'll see a ton of vultures to take on here.
First thing we need to do to get the ship running again is to turn the engine on.
So here's Jetvac.
Yeah. And so we've got some baby vultures here, some little guys, but there's quite a few of them, so I think I can try and show off my Sky Chi move for Ambush here once I get down.
So Sky Chi, that's that bar we saw earlier.
Yeah, so Sky Chi is the bar to the left of your health there, and what it is a ultra kind of battle class super move. And so it's different per sensei, so let's see what he does. And so he focuses in, and I've got this targeting reticle, which if I can paint all the enemies, I will then go through and defeat them all before coming back to where I started. And so
I love that sort of close-up. It seems that is even more sort of, you know...
Exactly. It's a very, very cinematic presentation of these guys to really show that it's an ultimate super move. And it's cool because each of the senseis has a different special technique. And so you level that up. You not level it up. I'm sorry. You earn the meter by defeating additional enemies. And so that's how you can use Sky Chi again, is continuing to defeat enemies and then holding on and figuring out where you want to unleash that power.
Something tells me you've done this puzzle before.
A couple of times. I may have played this game once or twice. But you'll see here, it's this puzzle here where we're turning on the engine here. Oh, I second-guessed myself. There we go. So I need to trigger these on both sides. So you'll see way in the back there was a hidden Imaginite chest, and that's where we have random loot drops. And so if you can find Imaginite chests in your adventure, you can get additional customization and creation pieces for your characters. And so the objective in here is to trigger both of these switches, which you'll see allows us to go forward. But if we wanted to, and if I'm feeling brave...
Go on.
On-camera platforming. There's nothing worse. Let's see if I can do this.
Whoa, this is hard.
Oh, no. No! Andy. I can do this. Alright. I just want to see what we get. Oh! No! I second-guessed myself!
You're going to have to do it now.
Alright, one more time. And then I think we'll call it. I need to take a nap after. Alright. Come on.
Yeah!
Alright, let's see what we get. So, like I said, completely random. And we got a rare piece of Imaginite, and so we have levels of rarity based on how basically effective these things are. And we got a new leg guard, which is this winged Greaves here. You'll see it requires a level 2 on my character and then gives us plus 15 speed. So not too shabby.
Nice, that's really good to have a look at it. Earlier on, you seemed to hint that there might be Skylands coming back. Is that something you're talking about yet?
Not yet, but that is a hint.
And we haven't seen any lock puzzles in what we've seen so far,
Yeah.
have we?
We haven't, but, you know, we have mini games and lock puzzles are in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how about battle modes?
It's a great question.
It is.
But nothing to talk about right now.
Cool.
Yeah. So you want to see anything else real quick before we...
Yeah, should we pop on another Sensei?
Sure, yeah. I'll show...
1 second, I just have to check my battery. Oh, we're good. So, let's do that again.
Alright, sure. So let's hop in with Ember. This is another new character that we're showing off, and this is a battle class that we haven't shown yet until E3, and this is the Sentinel battle class.
Sentinel Sensei battle
Yes,
class. How
yeah.
to say that?
It is. Yeah, just don't say it 5 times fast or you're just completely in trouble. The Sentinel Senseis are masters of kind of this staff with weapons on the end class, and so you'll see here a secret technique, and you see that created character has these trident staffs there. But what Ember has is the dual-bladed kind of fire katana, because she's this awesome female fire samurai.
She reminds me a bit of Torch.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where we've got, you know, different types of personalities in all the Skylands game, and, you know, bringing some of them back, or at least kind of making it look like they're relatives of each has been a lot of fun. And so we've tied that into the creation as well, where you can create characters that may look like, say, the cousin of Food Fight. And so you'll see here she's got some really great fast-moving attacks. She's got the ability to call in a meteor strike.
Nice.
And you can summon a volcano as well.
It's always useful to be able to summon a volcano, I think.
It's always nice, you know? I mean, if you're in a cold environment, making it a little warmer is always good.
Blast! The hangar doors are locked, which will make getting the ship out of here a little
All right,
tricky.
and so here you'll see Jetvax letting us know that the hangar doors are locked, and so this is where we would go in and have to equip the battle cannons there with some shells to be able to knock the door down for us to escape. And so before we go, though, let's get a look at what we get in this one. All right, got another rare piece.
So you never know what you're going to get. And just...
No. It's going to be either common, rare, epic, or mythic, which is different levels of rarity.
Epic or mythic?
Mythic. Mythic is top tier. And this time we got some shoulder guards. Got the woody pauldrons. And these armor and luck are the focus there. And so yeah, so that's our look at Skylanders Imaginators, where we're bringing the ability to create your own character into the game for the first time, as well as bringing in these awesome senseis.
Have you got like 1 minute to look at Wolfgang?
Sure, 1 minute. For you, Andy, 1 minute.
Sorry, keeping you late.
No, it's okay. I like talking about the game, so it works out.
And Wolfgang is quite cool.
I know. Wolfgang's the best. I mean, what's really cool is that by bringing these guys into the game as figures, we've spent a lot of time on actually expanding their move sets from the ground up versus what they had as moves in Trap Team. And so in this one, what we've done is changed Wolfgang from being a melee character where his kind of harp guitar was an axe to him being a bowslinger.
Oh yes, you have his Bowslinger logo down there.
Yeah. And so you'll see he fires these musical arrows. And so you can even charge those up as well, doing a super shot. And then kind of tying back into his original moveset, he does the awesome knee slide, but he does a power chord at the end of it, doing this really great area attack. And then he also has the ability to summon amps, which play music and do damage against enemies over time. And so...
That's nice. I love all the music theme.
Exactly. And so... to end this, let's go with his Sky Chi move, which is my favorite, where he crowd surfs on skeleton hands like he's at an awesome undead concert.
This guy's not got much of a chance, is he?
Well, I knocked off his rider, so let's see if I can take him out. And so each of the different senseis has a unique Sky Chi ability. And so you saw how Ambush was all about targeting the enemies and then quickly attacking them. But then Wolfgang's is all about steering it through crowds, making sure that you're hitting everyone and doing all that damage. So yeah, so that's Wolfgang.
Cool, well thanks for that.
Awesome.
There's so much to take in, isn't there? But it's really good to get a sort of first proper hands-on.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time, Lou. I'm sure we'll be speaking again.
Yeah, absolutely. Good seeing you.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.